Massive apartment fire in the Egypt Lake area. Crews from Hillsborough County and Tampa Fire Rescue now battling this blaze, which has now gone to 3 alarms. These are live pictures from the Commons Apartments off Lambright, just east of Dale Mabry. Right now, Lambright, as you heard Meredith mention, is closed.
It is very intense. You're looking at live pictures again from the scene there on Fairview Avenue.
It wasn't until about an hour later after the big win when more police showed up in riot gear, and that really riled the crowd. Students began throwing beer bottles, even at police, jumping on top of cars, including one of our news vehicles, actually.
Our photographer, Chad Cromwell, was the first on this scene and captured these dramatic images. You can see the apartment complex fully engulfed in flames. This is what firefighters arrived to.
Right now it's pretty much just a light dusting of snow, but still this little amount of snow can be very slick. I'm right here at the intersection of 3rd Street and Main. Right now you can see traffic is still pretty light.
Elite Eight. Flyer fans excited this morning and last night, obviously, as UD heads to the Elite Eight for the first time in 30 years.
For 4 long days, authorities exhausted themselves searching for Dante Morris. A detective from the Tampa Police Department had a lot to do with Morris turning himself in somewhere in Tampa.
What I can tell you is that it was a confidential informant, and confidential informants are given a level of protection by law. So that individual will not be identified.
Morris is facing 3 first-degree murder charges for killing Tampa police officers David Curtis and Jeff Kokab. Police also say they have evidence Morris also killed Derek Anderson earlier this year. Police say the arrest went smoothly.
He actually was cooperative in the fashion of not being belligerent, but not to the point of giving us information. He invoked his rights, and we did not question him further.
The big question on so many people's minds, how was Morris able to stay on the run for so long?
I still firmly believe that there is no way that we could have applied the amount of pressure that we had on out there in the community, and he could have kept himself underground without assistance.
The arrest came the night before the 2 fallen officers were buried. Police say his capture brings some relief to the officers' families, but they don't think Morris even knew the officers would be laid to rest today.
I doubt he had any idea, and I doubt that he has any compassion towards the officers and would do anything that would help the families or help the community.
Chad Cromwell shows us this is just the beginning.
On a day he should be celebrating his birthday, Solomon Bobby Johnson is looking over the damage the wind and rain has done to his property.
I'm gonna have to have a rooftop put on my house.
And he's not alone.
My neighbor there, her house is totally, woman up the street, her house is totally lost.
Solomon lives in Progress Village, an area that was hard hit by severe weather damage by the storms from the last couple weeks. Throughout the neighborhood, residents are clearing out downed trees and scattered debris. But this time, they won't have to do it alone. Rebuilding Together Tampa Bay has teamed up with United Way of Tampa Bay to organize a neighborhood cleanup to help relieve the stress.
Tomorrow we're going to be doing tarping, and we're going to start to do house by house to determine the amount of work per house.
Volunteers will assess the damage to at least 67 houses and on May 7th orchestrate a large rebuilding day.
Once we invest all this money and all this workforce into all of that, the results are going to be very positive for the community, so we can move to the next one.
Solomon welcomes that extra help with open arms.
I always welcome anybody who's gonna come. They see something here around here needs done. I welcome anybody that'll come give me a hand.
In Tampa, Chad Cromwell, ABC Action News.